So far, it was largely the philosophers who studied human consciousness, but a serious effort to understand consciousness and walk the path towards ultimate reality was made at the MIT World Peace University in the form of the world's first conference on consciousness, the ultimate reality.
Impact is obviously there. AI can dramatically improve the efficiencies. We know that, particularly the repetitive tasks that are boring, etc., can be automated. And hopefully that will free up the people to do better things that are, more humane in nature, right? So obviously the other side of it is that if everything is automated, are you going to lose job? Is it going to create unemployment? So on and so forth, right? And so is the AI going to be conscious? I think Dr. Bhatkar used a very beautiful word. It's not AI, it's AEI. And I think I believe that, it will happen, but not right away, right? So right now, what we think where the state of affairs is the ability of AI to bring relevant information at the fingertips. And because the human consciousness is contextual, it is dynamic, AI can influence it significantly. That's our goal. So with that, let me give you 3 concrete examples, and they are very personal in nature. This is something we have done, and we have seen, the results. Okay. We live in the world of oncologists, super smart people, quite conscious, with all good conscience. They want to treat the patients right. They want to treat it cost effectively, increase the speed of care, reduce the cost of care, improve the quality of care, and make basically the healthcare faster, cheaper, better. Okay. People are in general pretty good, but it's a Herculean task. Limited time, limited resources, very limited information at their hands, and, in addition to that, so that's how they develop some personal biases, educational bias, experiential bias, as well as the financial bias. It's human nature. Now, that's the context. A lot of very smart people, very squeezed for time, trying to make critical clinical decisions, with a very limited resources given to them. And oftentimes, they have to decide even without their, full agreement or the full consciousness. One such example is, advanced tests. There is a Advanced Cancer Test Foundation 1, it is called. The samples are sent to US. It costs about 3 lakhs. Or the liquid biopsy test, Garden, which costs about 4 lakhs, and it takes about 4 to 6 weeks. It's very expensive. India is a very interesting country. There is a taker for every segment. It doesn't matter. Even with that high cost, they can. Now, the results come after 4 or 5 weeks, and unfortunately, the results are non-conclusive. It's a 40-page report. The top page doesn't show you anything conclusive. And then what happens is the patients have the expectation. I've spent the money, waited for 5 weeks. It's going to give me something, right? And it's going to tell what to do, how to do, and so on and so forth. Well, guess what? It's non-conclusive. But, do nothing is not an option. For patient satisfaction, so usual practice is they'll give some low-dose chemo prescribed, knowing fully well that it's not going to be very effective. So, for the human conscious mind, it's not a good idea, but they're forced to do because do nothing is really not an option. So how does AI help in this particular case? That same report, we take that data, apply AI ML analytical model, do some deep analysis, find some specific signals, and provide much better insights and a personalized treatment recommendations, based on that. It is fast, it is cost effective, it's efficient, and it provides, the oncologist higher degree of confidence and a much better thing for the patient, as well as improve the outcomes. Obviously, this has a direct impact, on the consciousness of the practitioner. This is just one example. It happens all the time. Okay. And here we have developed this, in order to really make an impact clinically. But the side effect of that is actually it impacts, the consciousness.